Hi, my name's Jess and I am part of the Scrappy Sisters. Today I'm going to share with you some DIY embellishments and do a quick little tutorial on a few you could choose to make yourself. My sister and I had a go at doing some DIY foiling, and we also were cutting out a few different dies using the diamond press, using the inside and the outside of the dies to make different embellishments. Also putting cork through the diamond press. I was really impressed that it could withstand the cork. That was cool. And falling in love with tiny words. Now, I don't have any tiny word stickers, so my tiny words are actually a computer printout that you'll see later on, and I just cut those out for myself. Now, when I am doing my DIY, I like to try and have things as organised as possible. So pre-cut hearts, pre-cut strips of paper, pre-cut circles. I still don't always have exactly what I want, and I'll get out my diamond press and cut some more, but it's nice if it is at hand and I can use what I already have organised. So I'm really just having a bit of a fiddle and a bit of a play. I've been really inspired by a lot of YouTube videos lately of people doing their own DIY embellishments and just making it up as they sort of go along. I thought I would give it a try myself. It's not as easy as it looks, says I. I'm not actually that creative, so I do need to get inspiration from other people's videos. So, as I said, my sister and I had a go at trying to do the do-it-yourself foiling, the mink foiling. It was fairly successful, but not 100%. The laminator we used just wasn't quite hot enough, so we got out the iron and we found that that was better. But because of the steam with the iron, it can also make the foil pucker. There you can also see some DIY enamel dots that we made. They were also partly successful, partly not. Some of them melted really, really well and looked lovely. That's why there were so many pink ones in there, because the pink ones were really successful, so I made a lot of the pink ones. But whereas the blue ones and the green ones just wouldn't quite melt, and I'm not sure. They might have needed longer, they might have needed a hotter oven, I'm not really sure. I tried lots of different ways of melting them and just couldn't quite get it right. So if anyone has any tips on doing the hammer beads, please let me know. So you can see here that I did have my tiny words out before, and they are there. I don't have stickers, so I've just been cutting them out and adding double-sided tape onto them, and I find that works really well. You can see there are a whole bunch of the different foil cuts, foils that we had a go of and that we tried, and I actually glued them all onto A4 card. So they've all been backed onto A4 card, and so that means I can use the positives and the negatives as well and just get double the use out of each of the die cuts. So that's why you can see some of them, there are two of them, some I've already used already. You can see I was having a tiny bit of trouble, and when I do this next one, getting my cut out. It's a little bit stuck in there. That will be because my folder is already overused, and already there's sort of blank spots in it that aren't getting enough pressure and it's not cutting through. So it'd just be a matter of either using a new plastic folder or placing the die in a different spot. So there you go, there are all my tiny words. There are 3 sheets there, and I've got, I don't even know, 9 or 10 different fonts depending on what I like and what I'm interested in. They all say the same, like there's a set and it all says the same thing, just 3 or 4 times over, or 9 times over, with each in a different font. And I just find, depending on what it is, depending on the font I want. Do I want typewriter? Do I want swirly? Do I want print? Do I want fancy? So this way I've got my own, any choice that I like, and it can go with the embellishment that I'm making. I really wanted the foil to stand out on this one, so that's why I've backed it on black. Not 100% sure that I like it on black. It's sort of a black and rose gold effect. It's not dreadful, but not sure about that one. What did I do next? I started to run out of ideas to use the foil. I really wanted to use that me plus you, but me and you, but I was really starting to struggle. I kept going back to that banner and thought I must want some form of banners on this. Clearly I do, but I was not really sure how to do that. And then I thought I needed some new paper, some new colours to inspire me by. And again, I pulled out my enamel dots and tied it all together. So you can see that there's little spots on that blue paper, and it's almost exactly the same colour as the Me Love You foil, the rose gold. So that made it all tie in together, and that was much nicer. And then because those DIY enamel dots are done yourself from the Harmer beads, I do have to glue those on with PVA or double-sided tape. I find the PVA works better, but I do need to be a bit careful that they're really pushed on. They're really hard, so you can't, damage them or put fingerprints in them or anything, but I don't want them to fall off. This next embellishment that I'm making, I actually got this idea from Ashley Laura, so thank you very much, Ashley Laura, for sharing such an awesome embellishment. I really liked this one, hence why I have done it as well on my video. I just loved the different colours and the way to use the tiny words, and just thought it was really, really cool. So I just made a flag and put a different colour on the end, got out some tiny words, and obviously I wanted a fairly long sentence or long statement so that it would fill the flag there. Uh-oh, I think my child is waking up. I might have to go. Yeah, sorry, got distracted by my little crier. And I glued on an enamel dot on the end on the different colour there. And I just thought that looked so cool. I was really impressed with the way that was done. I keep going back to those foils, but I'm just out of ideas at the moment. So I'm going to push those off to the side and continue on with these flags. I really loved that paper. I wanted to try and use it. It was shiny, and that one too, but I didn't have any ideas yet, and I'm like, I don't want to cut into this paper if I don't know what I want to do with it yet. So I make another one of these little flags using that same pinky kind of coloured dot paper there at the end. I just think it's really cute. This paper that I used for the main part of the flag, the blue part, it's actually really, really thin. It's not my favourite type of paper. It's like normal paper, A4 paper thin, printing paper thin. Oh, so that's a point about my tiny words. My tiny words are not printed on A4 printing paper. They're printed on cardstock just to make them that little bit stronger, so that if they're not being backed or you just want to stick them straight onto a layout, like a 12 by 12 layout or something, they are strong enough to go straight on. So just so you know, if you want to do those yourself. Again, this idea, oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, that's right. This idea came from Ashley Laura, so that is the same piece of paper. I just turned it over. Now, when you're making the little pinwheels, I put double-sided tape inside them, but it's not strong enough to completely hold. I do need to use the PVA glue as well. A hot glue gun would probably work great here, and that's what she did in her video. I just couldn't be bothered getting mine out, to be honest. I didn't know I was going to make the pinwheels. I just decided as I was going along that I wanted to. So please head on over and have a look at her video, because she doesn't do them exactly the same as mine. Hers are a little bit different, and they're her original idea. So mine have got a little bit of a spin on them for how I like to do them. Yeah, so I just used the PVA and the double-sided tape, but if you had a PowerPoint and were already set up with a hot glue gun, that would be really cool and really simple. And it would also help with those DIY enamel dots, gluing those on. So yeah, I just added a blue enamel dot in the centre because it was basically the same colour. And there's one I prepared earlier, and it is on a cork circle. I'm really loving the cork at the moment, and I'm just really happy that the diamond press will put the cork through. I'm really excited by that. So a little bit of a close-up look at all those ones that I've made. Hopefully this inspires you a little bit and you can make some of your own DIY embellishments. So see you later. Thanks for popping in and having a look. And please like our video, leave us a comment, check out our Instagram. We are constantly putting up new things and would love you to watch.